Okay, so I apologize. I got all the way here and I have the wrong camera. I do have my drone, so I'll be able to get some other shots. But I'm gonna have to do 60-second videos with my phone and just text them to you because I don't have my other camera. So when you pull in, and I'll get a shot of this, it's got a great private road that kind of comes down, and then you come down this alley, which does share with this house. So I'd say the first thing I kind of felt was, as awesome as this is, and I still do like it, it's unfortunately there's so many houses, not so many houses, but there's houses back here, right? So it's not like massive privacy. There's that house, and there's that house. There's the house we're looking at, and then there's the other house he sold and the shed that goes with them. So you just come down a super private road and it's like, oh, there's like 3 or 4 houses back here kind of sharing the space. There's a container, there's a little tree fort, there's an old boat, which you would be like, oh, that kind of all looks trashy, but it's a nice house over there. This house could use some love, some paint. The roof looks good. Yeah, the lawns are cut. You could probably do a giant fence right there is what I would be thinking. Kind of continue those plants all the way down. You could make this more private. I mean, all right there. So as you come down this road, all that's thick, dry woods. No marsh or anything like that. Nice grass, beautiful tree. Just needs some privacy is all I'm thinking as far as kind of the front. And now we'll go in. Go in actually. So there's kind of the line right there, that bush. You could totally put a pool right on the outside of these bricks. That'd kind of be your hangout area. The pool would probably go to the line, but you could definitely do it. You could do it on the side of the house. You know, there's probably 30 feet here between the side of the house and the next guy's lawn. Or if you did the front, you know, that's a massive area right out there. It's under this tree, hit or miss, you know, just with leaves. But I think you could do 3 options. So if you wanted a big pool and a lot of space, you could do the front. Like I say, with a little bit of privacy, you could make that real nice. But if you wanted to do the side, I think you could fit it. Just depends on the size pool. But if you did like a rectangle pool right there, you could put it right to the edge of the water. That's what I'd be going for. And just hang out in the back. Now, the house, I'm having a hard time coming up with a description or something, like kind of what to compare it to. I don't know if I want to describe it to a trailer, or a boat. It does have, I don't want to say a cheap feeling. It's probably the ceiling that's throwing me off. So, I mean, the cabinets are old. You know, it's not like they don't work, but that's not wet. It's just weird. But, you know, I mean, you know, they're just old. They probably used to be that old brown. They probably matched everything else in here. You know, it's a nice space. Sink, you know, it's just old, or not old, just kind of extremely standard, I guess. But space-wise, like let's say, you know, the kitchen here and the dining, or the eat-in kitchen, I guess that is also our dining room. It's not bad, and the ceilings aren't killing me. I'll explain in a second. Actually, by saying that, I think I've 100% figured out that's what's throwing me off. It is the ceilings. So the ceilings are 7 foot instead of 8. So you can measure that at your house. I mean, I'm saying, I would say these things are like right at 7. A typical home is 8. Some of those downtown homes are 9, blah, blah, blah. But that's what kind of gives you a feeling like you're in a manufactured home or a boat or something. High ceilings would have done a big justice to this thing. But it's not terrible. Again, the living room is a nice size. You know, what I'm in right now, it's not bad. And the view is unbelievable. This house definitely needs new windows. 100% every window is ancient and leaking AC just about. Bathrooms, yeah, cast iron tub. You know, they kind of dressed it up a little bit, which is fine. I mean, if it had, you know, you need a new window. You know, these windows are just rough, ancient. Nothing special here, but it's not super tight. I mean, it's a good space for that bathroom. I guess that's the main thing. So you could always do something more with it. And then both these bedrooms are pretty good space. And these aren't small, which is nice. I mean, the closets aren't big. But it doesn't feel small. The AC blows really good. So I have to check the vents if there are any upstairs. I saw the 2 AC units upstairs, or the dehumidifiers, but neither are on, which is a good sign. So it's not like they have to leave them running to keep it. It's not humid in here at all. Again, this is the other downstairs room, you know, really good size. Floors are in great shape. These are obviously new. You know, I like the floors. They seem like they were, it's weird that they switched directions. They probably should have stayed one direction, but that's okay. Maybe that's the right way to do it, long ways, both ways. You know, the stairs have a little funky to them, right? It's kind of weird, but it works. You don't have to duck your head really going up. It's pretty close, so. Carpets look good. You know, you got a little bit of damage kind of stuff on the wall. It's not terrible. That light's flickering. That's kind of weird. This thing needs to be painted, not a big deal. This little foyer kind of area right up top when you come up the stairs, you know, you could put a little something right there, a little desk. And then this bathroom, you know, it's tighter than the downstairs one. But it works. Yeah, that's a little off or something. This door is kind of wonky. You know, it's tighter than a normal shower, but yeah, hear all that? I mean, it's a little off. Door's a little off. You know, they should have painted the ceiling, but that's not the end of the world. You know, the light fixture's funky, kind of dirty. A little bit of something. It's just wear and tear. This door's, you know, super hollow. But then this room's nice. Good sized room. Cool little room, cool little shelf, cool little kind of creepy storage area. Great view. And that thing's not running, which is a good thing. This is what I was curious about. It's blowing really cold up here too. I don't know. I'll look more into why that would be necessary. It's not on now and it feels fine. And I don't see any like moisture. Hold on. Oh man, can I not turn this thing on? Anyway, I don't know if that thing would hit my head. Woo! I can hear it. It's close. You know, that's a little low because you gotta, you know, I mean, so, I mean, I can easily touch the ceiling with my fist. So I could probably get hit by that. Of course, you know, in the upstairs, it's got the concave of the roof on the sides, which shrinks it up a little bit, but still nice sized rooms. Yes, the AC's blowing good in here too. Carpets are good. Wall condition looks good. I mean, these things are just ancient. These windows, but and see, these are off. So, and it's not. I don't see any cracks, any type of moisture staining, or any evidence of an issue with any of that. Now, when it comes to the ceiling, so this is kind of what I was thinking. The reason this is still here is because the framework, right? They could put a ceiling right there. I mean, they could go right up to this and put sheetrock, which you could do very easily. And that little bit of 6 inches or whatever, 5, would make a massive difference. Because of the plumbing and the wiring and the AC vents, you know, I mean, obviously you can't go any higher than those rafters, but I don't know if it was easier just to replace these things, but you know, besides windows, it just, that would improve the home if you just went up that extra few inches. But so this is the water spot I'm assuming you're thinking about, and that is the toilet upstairs. And the wood does have some old staining. So as far as this leak, those pipes, that's your hot and cold, I would assume, going to like the sink. Somewhere right over there. There's probably a drain for that shower. And then I'm pretty positive that's the toilet. I can't tell what was leaking. It doesn't look like anything's wet now. But that is, I think, what did that. They could have been hooking it up and messing with it, and it happened right when they did it, and they should have just bought a new or painted that thing. But the good thing is this is a super easy house for an inspector. You know, if he sees something he wants to check out, I mean, he can literally get in all the ceilings. So I wouldn't freak out from that. It doesn't look like it's an ongoing issue. It looks like it maybe, happened and then they fixed it. And obviously they weren't worried about it because they didn't even cover it up. All right, this is over the garage. So, you got some old insulation, but that's okay. It's floored. The wood doesn't look like a problem. You've got some nice storage up here. In the garage, you got your AC unit and your water heater. Water heater looks nice. AC unit looks nice. Got some storage and some storage shelves. And depending on, it's got a garage door opener. Depending on what you drive, actually not depending on what you drive. It's easily a 1-bay car, no problem, with nice storage on the side. So, yeah, and these ceilings are so much higher, and I bet that's just like that. Well, so we're losing. Sorry to bounce out and come right back. So that little bit of drop right there, that's 6 inches, and then the ceiling being, not drop. So this room, the ceiling's almost, I guess because I've been in there, feel high. I don't know. I guess that could be 8 foot, might be like 8.5. But so you can tell what you're losing. Right there is just the way that ceiling's done. It loses about 4 inches there, and then it's on a slab, so there's about 4 inches. So it's about an 8-inch drop. But so you could redo those ceilings, I think. Laundry room, kind of standard, nothing too fancy. Dirty and dusty, but everybody's are, I guess. Oh, that's locked, so I'll go out the front door. Let's check out the next. Probably would want to replace. Oh man, that was wide open. Well, at least there's no bad kids running around here. Otherwise, this place would be trashed. I didn't look in here either. Oh goodness, that whole thing is loose. Oh yeah, that thing wants to just fall out. That should probably be secured somehow. An inspector would have to do a little bit more inspecting on that. The glass door is not terrible, but to make it look nice, I'd probably replace those doors. It's just dirty and stuff, but the wood looks good. The screen looks good. The fans and the lights could probably use some replacing. What's up with this? Well, it's just outdoor sink, I guess. Yeah, it's hooked up. But not bad. So again, just kind of what we got going on over there. You're just kind of, those guys' backyard and the next guy's back. I mean, I guess everybody's kind of like that where you can see houses. It just feels like somewhere that would be super private, and it's just not. But with the right amount of landscaping and maybe a fence, it could be so. I mean, check that guy out right there. That's a super sweet house. Beautiful dock, beautiful water. This thing's a little sketchy. I mean, it's probably super strong because it's iron, but it feels a little unsafe. But I'm pretty sure it's low tide, and this thing's super full. So I mean, this is where it's at right here. This is very nice, and it's definitely super high off the water. 3, 6. 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19. So you got about 20 feet from the concrete. If you were to put something here, pool wise. So, you know, like a 15 by 30 pool would be perfect. Maybe maybe a 12 by 20, something like that. That way you'd have a little space on this side to put some extra trees or a fence. But you can fit something there. Not sure why, but I can feel it under the, that's probably like a bathroom window. I'll check inside. Let's see, maybe this one too. No, can't feel it under that one. But those two, it's got a little AC blowing out. Little bit, maybe separation, maybe just missed paint. It's hard to tell, but it's right there at the roof line. Doesn't look too major, it's just something. Corners always seem to get the rot. It's just a little soft right there. But I've checked all the other corners. I think only 2 of them have just a little bit of soft wood right there at the end. The roof looks good. There's 2 chimneys. One's on the other side. It's concrete. This one's wood, and it's in bad shape. May just need the exterior, you know, redone.